Mutjinde Katjiua here, the Ichibu's Outbox. I have in this particular episode of the Outbox, I've got a very important person with me, someone that represents a section of the society that we hardly talk about, which is the traditional society. I have with me here, I call him Professor, so please, that's me. He used to be my professor and colleague at the Namibian University of Science and Technology, and currently he is the Ombara Otjitambi of the OvaHerero. And I would like to begin by saying a warm welcome to Chief Katjiua Mutjinde.
Thank you for welcoming me to your show.
You're welcome, you're welcome. I've been looking forward to us having this conversation. In fact, I doffed my cap for you.
Yes, I know. I know it has taken more than a year to get me here.
Yes. It's been a while, and I want to really take the opportunity in this podcast, this particular episode, to go through quite a lot of issues with regards to land. As you all know, this podcast is about land. But when you speak about land in Namibia, a lot of other things come up. It's not only in Namibia, wherever you go, land is merged with politics, it is merged with culture and history. And so that's the situation in Namibia as well. So I want to believe, and for anyone who's watching out there, this discussion is about land, but you can speak about land in this country or in this part of the world without providing a historical background and without it diverting into other things. So a popular mentor of mine, Hogamaga, at the university, now retired, Technical University of Munich, used to say, it's all about land and it's all about people. So when we speak about land, we speak about people, and when we speak about people, we speak about history. So fellow Namibians, fellow Africans, and everyone who's been watching this channel, I would want you for a start to tap down there, subscribe to this channel, and if you're listening to this particular episode and you're watching, if you have any comments, please be respectful, leave it down in the comment section, and also like or dislike is all allowed. That said, I would like to start. So I know I've identified him. He's somebody I respect very well. And in fact, I would say that I've had various, intimate intellectual, periods with him, in the course of my growth as an associate professor and then a professor, because I've worked with him. In fact, to put it more directly, he used to be my boss. And so with that, I hope every listener can understand the respect with which I'm coming, into this episode. But that said, he is also someone that represents a people, the OvaHerero. But I will do my best to be as critical, as forthright, and as direct in this discussion. And there's a reason for that.
Yes.
Why you represent a section of the society, my podcast also represents a section of the society who may be part of that section or may not be part of that section. And so the viewership, the audience, and are people who may be coming from diverse background, diverse opinions. So some things I would perhaps question them, probe them, to ensure that I represent that particular section. So for a start, I would like you to introduce yourself as you would like the audience to know you.
Oh, yes, my name is Mutjinde Katjiua. So I used to be an associate professor at Namibia University of Science and Technology. In fact, I recruited Chiku as one of the colleagues in the department here, after recognizing, of course, his excellent work internationally. When I left the university to do farming in 2022, I was then elected as the OvaHerero Paramount Chief, Ombara Otjitambi. So for the last 2 years, about 2 years and a half, I've been serving the Herero people in the highest office of the OvaHerero Traditional Authority. So that's what I am these days.
Before I go ahead, I would also like to point out we also do read in the newspapers about traditional tussle within the OvaHerero people. What do we take from that? Are there factions, or could you just enlighten us on that before we go on?
Yes, this is the 7th transition of power between one leader to another within the OvaHerero Traditional Authority. In 1863, the authority the Herero people came together and elected their first Paramount Chief, Ombara Otjitambi. The position is elective because before colonialism, this was the head of state for the Herero government. So it was an elective position. Over the years, when the Germans came into Herero land at the time, the first Paramount Chief died, and the Germans ensured that they install somebody who they were able to manipulate. Therefore, there was then a tussle again at that time. After that person died, Chief Kutako, everybody knows Chief Hosea Kutako. This is the Herero chief who took the Namibian case to the United Nations in 1946. He governed the community for 50 years. After his death, again there was another tussle there in between. Unfortunately, as usual, the Herero people, their interest, their ideology, what they stand for, and so on, survived. And Kapua, Clemens Kapua, was then elected as the Paramount Chief, or he succeeded Kutako in that sense. Then came Kwaimariwako, who died in 2014. Kwaimariwako was succeeded by Advocate Vekwirukoro. Vekwirukoro took the Herero case to the United Nations, to New York, United States of America, taking Germany for the crimes it committed here. Then in 2014, Advocate Rukoro passed on as a result of COVID and so on. And then there was a tussle within the community. The overwhelming majority of the chiefs elected me through the Chiefs Council as the 7th Paramount Chief. So that's where we are. And another section of the community elected something else. And of course, the balance of powers are obvious. Observers can comment on that, not me.
Okay. Well, no, thanks very much. I think for actually setting up that chronology and the line. Obviously, if you're out there and you're a Herero, and depending on whichever side you are, what's important for us in this channel is to ensure that we give a voice to everyone.
Yeah.
And the issue of chieftaincy also, I'm from Nigeria, it's a common thing. My producer is from Ghana, and she will tell you it's a common thing, right? But we always find our way. Yeah. So I would, my prayer is that whatever is the torso, let it, be settled in peace, and love to all Herero people. But thanks very much. I'm very proud to have you here. Now, speaking about land, I know you can mix it up, you know, from the traditional authority, but at the same time, you were also a professor, you know, in land administration, so I'm sure you understand the perspective where I'm coming from. So, of recent, the OvaHerero people had a celebration not long ago.
It's a commemoration.
It's a commemoration.
The Remembrance Day.
The Remembrance Day.
Genocide Remembrance Day. Last week.
On the
2nd of October.
So on the 2nd of October, the OvaHerero community had a commemoration or Remembrance Day of the genocide. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So, when Germany invaded Hereroland, in 1884, it occupied much of Hereroland and Namaqualand. And that's when Namibia, or much of this side of the world, was demarcated as German Southwest Africa. So in the year 1904, when there was a war between the German invasive occupation forces and the Hereros, the German government, the imperial government, declared a genocide against the Hereros on the 2nd of October, where the intention to wipe out in full the complete population of Herero, all those that would be in the territory of German Southwest Africa. If you were to survive, then they were compelled to leave the territory. That is why today you have Hereros in Botswana, the neighbor country here, and South Africa, some in Angola. The extermination order led to 80% of the Herero population being killed, hanged around and so on, put in concentration camps and all that. In 1905, Germany went further, the imperial government, to issue expropriation decrees to take all movable and immovable properties. So all of Hereroland was taken, all of Herero livestock, whatever that is immovable, was also confiscated. So the Hereros were not allowed to keep livestock up to 1913. And in fact, livestock, people started to formally to have livestock after the Union of South Africa took over in 1915, the territory. So when we talk of land for the Hereros, it is that land that was confiscated in full. It is that land from which the Hereros were displaced. So the commemoration we had last week, it was the commemoration or Remembrance Day of the genocide, marking the beginning of the genocide.